All I'm going to do is create some graduation in here, reduce what's there but build the correct way. Really debating whether or not I even need to cut the top. When we talked about graduation, guys, we need to always envisage that there's 3 different zones because the technique changes as the head shape changes, okay? So what I've done here is finished what we call zone 1. Zone 1 is the first part of the head. It's completely flat, okay? It's a completely flat part of the head. It's square both ways. And the idea here is to build a guide, and to secondly, create a short enough length that if we want to taper, we can. In this case, we're not going to. Okay, Sam likes that kind of natural look, right, where he likes to have like kind of areas of his hair that aren't completely finessed. Okay, he likes it to be nice and natural. So I'm not going to be coming in here with high zero taper. Okay, so I don't need to take it finger tight in there. Also, what I'm not going to be doing here is taking this graduation like finger tight either. I want to create a nice mid-length graduation, yeah? So if that's the case, then when I start off section number 1, I'm not looking to come in here and go finger tight there. The only time I'm going finger tight in here is if I'm doing shorter graduation, where I'm going to do a skin taper, sideburns and nape, or sometimes if I'm doing maybe short to mid-length graduation where I've got a bit of a nape and I've got a taper here, and this isn't too long, okay? The nape line on the back, okay? And then zone 3 is where we hit that kind of double area of hair. So we've got all this contour and we've got the nape to cut, which is why it's zone 3. We're working with double the hair. And in this case, when I get here, I need to be a little bit more conscious of my body movement, stepping left, working around with the head, okay? Got a much longer section to play with as well, okay? So that I'm not cutting any of that as part of my graduation, okay? Using the fine side of the comb, still creating a square cutting line, no triangular cutting line, no weight being built. There's the guide. I'm not finger tight, all I'm doing is just taking a little bit of length off, okay? Now, nice. Next section. Now I'm into zone 2. First section, that I'm on the contour, okay? What happens? What do I do? Over direction. Gonna want to create weight. So I'm moving into an area of the head that is round. That means that I need to build weight. So what I'm gonna do is over direct the top part of my section. And where am I gonna over direct it to? Back to previous, yeah? Any other areas that I can make use of? Where does the head become round? Contour. So guys, if you actually really want to create the perfect flawless graduation, then what you do is you just over direct back to the contour. Because guys, remember the whole purpose of the graduation is that you're trying to create weight and shape in an area of the head that is not square. The graduation. Okay. Very simple. And once we've done that, then we bring the fringe in, and we're gonna obviously just leave the fringe slightly longer. Okay, so we're gonna overextend our fingers ever so slightly and increase the length towards the front, and we can remove all of that excess. And what we have is a nice balanced set of curtains, okay?
video or something like that. It's mad, it really is. Okay, so please do. Come in. Nice and close, huh? Yeah. I'm like proper intimidated, so I am. Never, never. Guys, a question that had posed to me quite recently was, do I think robots will take over the hair industry? I said no. Do you know why? Because they already have. Do you know why? Because the gentleman walks into the shop, graduation, straight away. Guy with long hair walks into the shop, square hair, straight away, yeah? Guy with short hair, fade, you know? We hit robot mode, hit barber mode, we see something and then automatically we play this little template that, you know, it's automatic, there's no thought, there's no thinking behind it. Comb on the back part of the head where the comb goes off, like a little, what's that thing on the springboard plank, isn't it? Yeah, Captain Jack Sparrow on the plank. We see it there. There's our little plank towards the back where the comb goes off the head. We round the section through the back, all right? We bevel the head forward. Now what we do, guys, is visually match one section to the other, one section to the other. Find side of the comb if you wish, like a little noodle. And there we have it. Am I very serious here, guys? Precisely about this little corner here, okay, where it was quite nice coming over the ear. It's nice, you can taper that, no problem. We have a nice little length on the nape. Unfortunately, due to how the hair is grown out, we have this corner here. Do you see that? Okay, short and then long. Then notice how it becomes short again. All right. So we have a corner. Okay, that is not always a bad thing. We have to establish whether we want to keep it or lose it. All right. And I'll do it all the time. Generally, bro, anything longer than this I would layer. This length and short I would graduate. Yeah, so I have to pick the right technique that's going to help me with my overall end result. So here we go, guys, coming towards the round part of the head. I'm going to bring the section right on out. Bring it back down ever so slightly, over direct it back to one section. All right. Once again, guys, not looking to take off a massive amount of the length until it comes to our corner there, and then we will for sure notice a difference in length. We will for sure notice a difference in length coming off. We want to get this weight line to sit just beautifully over the ear. So the aim is to still have it been able to be more back, but if Paul wants to let it rest on top of his ear, he can do that as well. Whereas beforehand we knew it wasn't just sitting right where we wanted to. So here we go, coming into the back. We are going to see quite a considerable amount of length coming off. Comb goes underneath the section. Bring the section right on out there. Fingertip the first knuckle. Once we make that incision, then we step. Then we step, guys, okay? Because at this point, when I bring in my next section, that's going to essentially bring that section right round there from you. You see that? I want to remove that corner there also. Working right the way around into the back. Elevating the section right on up. Check the guide each time. Here we go. Just putting in that nice round line. So here we go, 3 sections in. Boom. On the money. And then square.
Yeah, like